Welcome back to Everton 1878. This is the breaking news that Jordan Pickford has signed. Signed a 4.5 year deal until the end of June 2027. Which I believe leading up. I think leads him. I think it's like, is it like 4 or 5 years? I think it's like what, four? I believe it's something like around four. I think it's around 4 to 5 years, and like I think split. And then I think what it is I think he'll get paid that. Listen, okay, I'm massive, but I don't know. But I think it's like 5 or 6 years the contract where it goes on for a bit. I think it's something like 4 or 5 years the club, and then we will sign he's obviously, and then they'll contract get talks. Anyway, I'm not as about that stuff, but you know what? I've never thought. I think it's absolutely brilliant. You know what? I've never thought. I think it's really good, like really good news. Like obviously, John Pickford signed another contract. You know, he's tied. I think obviously he'll extend to stay at the club for, like I said, for things like 4 or 5 years. That's what that I don't know, but you know what? I believe something like that. But you know what? I think it's brilliant, great news. Obviously, he's done it because one. Don't Pickford actually. Listen, I think at times, yeah, he should always go a bit attack, but and also in another way. There's a thing. I think obviously in a way, John Pickford has shown that he isn't a great keeper, but in a different way, he has shown he actually is a decent good goalkeeper. You know, he could do. You know what? He's a brilliant. Okay, so because you know what? He's England's number one. He's obviously our number one as well. Is that right? He's a goalkeeper. I think again, he splits people's opinions because one, you've got not England fans, but you have. I can't explain it. It's this weird thing because it's like there's people that don't think he's a good goalkeeper, but actually I think he actually is a decent. I think he is actually a very not good, but I think he's a decent good goalkeeper for us. You know what? Because one, he's a number. Listen. I think I think does he need to learn more? Does he need to improve? Yes, he needs to improve making mistakes, and he does. But again, I'm saying that right. But John Pickford has actually learned to stop making mistakes, and I think he is doing much better now than he was a few years back. Because I think against I think at Anfield, I think at Newcastle, places like that, right? He makes mistakes, but now when he goes to places like Anfield, Newcastle, playing against Newcastle, Liverpool, or teams like that, right? He will go. You know what? I'm going to concentrate on doing my job here, keep the ball from getting on net, and you know what? There's another fact that Pep keeps coming out and getting it, and goes up there, I think it's brilliant. He does that because one, you don't see that as much time because one, goalkeepers. I think it was Nick Pope who I believe got sent off Newcastle. I'm thinking right, a goalkeeper shouldn't do that because one, that is just you don't do that ever. You never listen. I'm not a goalkeeper, but whatever, you never do that. That's something. Because I think like, okay, listen, I'm not. Okay, listen, I'm not. Okay, listen, I'm not a goalkeeper because one, I think my dad was, but I'm not. Oh. Listen, I'm not a goalkeeper, but what I know of it, it's a job where you have to be switched on. You have to switch on all the time. Like, you know what's coming up, what's not coming on. You gotta anyway. All that really, it's kind of very confusing job you have. You have to anyway. What's that? But you know what? Listen, made it quick. No, but so you know what? I made this one way quick, but you know what? I actually think it's brilliant, amazing news. I was John Pickford signed another contract. He'll stay with the Blues until 2027. So again, you know what? I think it's good news for us, good news for him, good news for us, good news generally around for us. Because one, it's generally good news for us, good news for him, and generally good news all around really. Because one, obviously, he's staying with us until 2027 as well. So he'll stay with us until 2027. And then obviously renew contract. Obviously in June. And like I said, obviously in June we'll renew it, and then we'll negotiations. I think negotiations with Pickford will go on at that date and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm just glad that John Pickford has signed a new contract and he said lose until 2027. So it's all good news all around. So there you go. Yeah. In a few minutes, guys, I'm doing my starting lunch. I'm doing that in a few minutes. So I'm just on break, but I'm doing that in a minute. Don't worry. Okay. This way, if you want to follow me on social media or socials and so on, Or you want to send me a direct message, it's up to you. Obviously, you can follow me on twitter.com/Everton1878. I really appreciate your word, because I really appreciate it, guys. Obviously, I really appreciate if you would share it, give a like, leave comments. Do you think John Pickford deserves an God? Do you think he doesn't? Do you think he doesn't have to get one? Do you think he should? Listen, I do agree with what I said. Do you think he should get one? Do you think he doesn't deserve one? Do you think he shouldn't have got one? Or do you think he does deserve one? Or do you think he should have got one? Or things like that, really? Yeah, and if you want to see more good/great videos contents like this, and you want to hear about it in the first place and get notifications about it as well, I'm going to hear about it first place and get notifications as well by every video I do. I would seriously appreciate you guys subscribing to Everton1878 at youtube.com, because one, it helps me out, it helps you out, and it generally helps a lot of people out. So please subscribe, because it always helps me out quite a bit, and you as well. So yeah. So.